Welcome back, audience, to another episode of the True Crime Archives. And today we're going deep down. I'm your host, CJ Data.
And with Pip McAfee. Yeah.
Yeah. And today's a very special occasion. It is Pip McAfee's birthday today.
Yeah, it is. I'm 24.
Yep. Yeah, but it only seems like yesterday we were both kids. And yes, we've known each other growing up. But that's not...
It was definitely a while, for sure.
Yeah. Anyway, be sure to wish him happy birthday in the comments below. So, we have another one of your picks. So tell me about this one. This is probably, to date, the first, female criminal and the oldest so far.
Yeah, so far, because this one goes all the way back to the 1800s.
Okay, so take it away.
Now, I will give a disclaimer in advance. A lot of it, I don't speak Chinese, and a lot of it says a lot of Chinese. So, if I pronounce anything wrong, I can't exactly help it.
All right then. Take it away.
Alright, so today we're going to be talking about this female pirate, Zheng Yi Sao. Originally born Xiyang. So, to start off, she was born in 1775 around Xinhui, Guangdong, which is a city in southern China, very southern China. It said that she was possibly a Tonka, which are boat people that live in China, and it said that she either worked as a prostitute or madam, which is a female version of a pimp. So she either worked as one of a prostitutes or a pimp on a brothel.
All right.
So that's really the most we have about her early life. In 1801, she married a pirate named Zheng Yi. So he was a pirate who fought as a privateer for the Vietnamese Tay Son dynasty. And he fought on his cousin's fleet. His cousin was Zheng Qi, who is also another powerful pirate.
Okay.
And apparently, Zheng Yi hailed from a family of well-known pirates who dated their ancestry back to the Ming dynasty, which was a dynasty before the current ruling Qing dynasty. A year after their marriage, in February 1802, her husband's cousin, Zheng Qi, was captured and executed by UN forces from Nguyen, which is the last Vietnamese dynasty.
Oh boy.
So that happened. And, sorry, I'm kind of stuttering. I'm trying to read all of this and trying to word it in my head. A lot of this stuff is hard to pronounce.
You've already made that clear, so.
Yeah, I did. So, her husband, Zheng Yi, quickly took over his cousin's fleet and sailed back to China with the rest of it Chinese pirates. When what followed was a period of infighting among the pirates near the Guangdong coast. But with the help of Zheng Yi Sao, who is a capable consolidated organizer, was able to unite the pirates.
All right then. So where did it go from there?
Alright, so the Confederation, after being united, the Confederation consisted of 6 fleets known by the color of the flags. Red, black, blue, white, yellow, and purple. The biggest fleet being the Red Flag Fleet.
Okay.
Alright, so now we get on to the main woman of the story. On the 16th of November, 1807, Zheng Yi fell overboard in a gale and died at the age of 42. So she quickly took over her deceased husband's operations through the support of his nephew, Zheng Baoyang, and the son of Zheng Qi, Zheng Ongbang.
All right.
So she also managed to balance various factions in the Confederation. So she managed to do that. And she literally inherited a dead husband's entire fleet. After taking control of the Confederation, she and Zheng Bao quickly entered a intimate relationship. And it's speculated that they were already intimate before the death of her husband. So she might have been a cheater, but we'll probably never know.
Yep.
Let's see. In 1808, a year after she took power, they became the Confederation definitely became more active. And September, Zheng Bao first led, then ambushed Lin Guoliang, who is a brigade general, and destroyed his fleet of 35 ships near Mazel Island.
Dang.
A month later, in October, Zheng Bao defeated Lieutenant Colonel Lin Fa near present-day Wei Yun Island, east of Human Town. These 2 engagements alone reduced the Chinese provisional fleet by half. Just out of those 2 battles alone, cutting down that fleet to half its size.
Wow. Hui. Yeah, and I just want to put out a point here. It just seems like pirates have kind of lost, like as far as movies go, a lot of the time that they were, like a little more sophisticated. Well, in films, they kind of show them that, and they weren't as reliant. Well, they were somewhat, but reliant on brutality. But yeah, they definitely were. I'd say they were just as reliant on brutality as the original Vikings, which have somehow been unaffected, both historically and pop culture wise.
I mean, yeah, pirates back then were definitely brutal. I mean, piracy, of course, still exists today, but I don't know if we can really compare them to how bad they were in the past.
Maybe we can, but it has to be in an entirely different way now. But
good point, yeah. Because as of now, you don't really hear about stories of entire pirate fleets boarding ships and just massacring its crew members.
yeah, and considering the fact, like for example, like unlike the movies, and I know I'm in this part in, for example, if you even try to fight back against like a fleet of pirates, You think they're gonna play fair with you? No.
That's true also. They aren't. They
Be-
probably won't.
because not only did some lack any real training, and also for the fact that the brutality scares the crap out of people.
And if you think about a lot of pirates, is a lot of them, a lot of them were actually trained soldiers. So that probably made it a whole lot harder to fight them, considering they were trained in combat.
Yeah, but what about the ones that weren't? And plus, it was more just the fact that I think it was more just to scare people into submission. Brutality of
Probably.
it.
That's probably what that's most definitely what the brutality was for, was just to scare people.
Yeah. So yeah. So yeah. Go ahead. Are we coming up on the blockade?
Pretty soon, yeah.
Blade of Tung Chung Bay?
Oh yeah, we're coming up pretty soon on that. Very soon. So, something happened in 1809. In March, the provisional commander Sun Quan Mao, with about 100 ships under his command, engaged a small group of pirates near the Wanshan Island. And the pirates called Zheng Yi Sao, the woman of the story, before the battle, she took command of the red flag and the white flag fleet and ordered Zheng Bao to get 10 ships together. Zheng Bao's lieutenants, Jiang Shan'e and Zhao Bulao, to flank some of them besides Lang Bao to cut them off from Maria. So a full-blown naval battle.
Dang.
However, on July 21st, the Qing Navy dealt a major blow to the Pirate Confederation by killing Lang Bao and destroying Liang White's flag fleet in an engagement near present-day Jinwan district. So they had a pretty major defeat there.
25 ships, man.
Yep.
And keep in mind, these ships, but then again, even it's still true today.
So now on to the blockade that you mentioned.
All right, let's go here.
All right. So Chinese officials looked over renewed interest at the foreign barbarians, as as outsiders are often referred to as barbarians, and they were hoping to obtain aid against the Pirate Confederation. The Portuguese Empire, which controlled the province of Macau at the time, agreed to help. So, on September 5th, however, Zheng Yi Sao captured the boat of Antonio Botelmo Holman, the Portuguese governor of Timor. And she ended up capturing a Portuguese governor. And the Portuguese, of course, weren't too happy about that.
I don't think anyone would.
In early November, Zheng Yi Sao suddenly left the Pearl River, which the Pearl River is a river located in Human, near Human Town. And Human Province, belongs to southern China.
All right.
So she escaped some Pearl River with only a few ships and anchored at Tung Chung Bay, north of Lantau Island, for repairs. On November 4th, the Portuguese sent 3 ships in a brig to harass her at Lantau, but she immediately called the Red Flag Fleet for aid. On the 5th, Zheng Bao arrived at the bay, and seeing that the Portuguese were no longer around, decided to anchor his ships. On the 8th, however, 6 Portuguese ships, known as the Inconquistable, the Indiana, the Belisario, the Concicao, and the São Miguel, and the Princesa Carlota.
Yeah.
Under the command of José Pinto Alcoforado de... okay.
It's that's pronounced Jose Pinto Alcoforado de Vito y Sosa. I think that's. I don't think there's. I think I got that pretty close though.
Yeah, if I see his name again, I'm just gonna call him Jose.
Jose.
Yeah, Jose.
Yeah, that's how you say it. Now Portuguese, while it does have quite a bit of differences to Spanish, it's very similar. So I think I could pronounce that a little better, even though I'm not a fluent speaker. I can kind of understand the way it's said a little better, but so
that whole fleet appeared and ended up blockading her and the fleet of Tung Chung Bay. And on the 23rd, the pirates managed to capture 1 ship from the fleet and killed the 74 men aboard. The situation turned into a stalemate between the pirates and the joint Sino-Portuguese fleet. Frustrated with a lack of progress, Sun Quanmo converted 43 of his ships into fire ships and set them adrift towards the pirates. And on the 28th, the pirates diverted the fire ships, towed them on shore, extinguished the fire, and broke them up with firewood. Now, in case you're wondering what exactly happened, they literally set some of their own ships on fire and just let them drift into the water towards the enemy.
I'm pretty sure that was before they realized that like just setting something ablaze is not exactly like the most practical, but it can do some damage. Like can fire arrows, like do some damage? Yeah, but it depends on what it's being shot at,
That is true, yeah.
Like, let's say, like they set a ship on fire and they sent it toward a tough stone wall. It would probably do nothing.
Probably nothing. But it would do something against, like I say, a wooden dockyard. Then it could do some damage.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So, continue.
Alright, so, afterwards, what ended up happening is Zheng Bao and Zheng Yi Sao took full advantage of the wind and ended up breaking through the blockade and escaped into the South China Sea. The provisional fleet that was sent to capture them lost 3 ships and at least 74 men, while the pirates lost no ships and only 40 of their men.
Oh boy.
Alright, so we seem to be getting towards the end of our story. Her surrender to the Qing authorities.
Oh boy.
By the end of 1809, the tides were turning against her and her confederation. Girl Podai, the leader of the Black Flag Fleet, refused to reinforce her and Zheng Bao during the Battle of the Bay, and later openly battled with Zheng Bao near Human. So I guess he ended up becoming a traitor or something.
Yep.
On January 13th, 1810, girl Podai officially surrendered to the viceroy of Liang Guang, Bai Ling, and was rewarded with a rank of sub-lieutenant.
Oh boy.
So he surrendered. The Portuguese and the British also officially joined in. On the 15th, September 15th, 1809, the British country ship Mercury agreed to join 60 provisional warships in patrolling the inner passage of the Pearl River. And on the 23rd of November, the Portuguese officially signed an agreement with Bai Ling that called the 6 Portuguese ships to join the Chinese fleet for 6 months.
Yeah.
And do patrols. Bai Ling's policy of militia training and embargoes also enjoyed reasonable success in cutting off the pirates' supply lines. But it was all these reasons combined, plus the organizational limit of the Pirate Confederation, which was all held together only by a handful of leaders, that led to Zheng Yi Sao to consider surrender to the authorities in early 1810. So, let's see. With Macau's old Vidor, which translates as a magistrate, Miguel Jose de Arriaga as mediator, they, Zheng Yi Sao, Zheng Bao, and Bai Ling met on Zheng Bao's flagship on February 25th, 1810. The negotiations quickly broke down when Bai Ling refused Zheng Yi Sao and Zheng Bao's demand of retaining 5,000 subordinates and 80 ships, but entering the salt trade and joining the anti-pirate campaign at Western Guangdong. At the end of the day, 10 British Indian men sailed past the pirate fleet and alarmed Zheng Bao, who suspected some sort of Sino-European chapter and retreated. On April 17th, Zheng Yi Sao wanted to break the deadlock, personally led a delegation of 17 women and children into the Yamen at Guangzhou and negotiated with Bai Ling, where he yielded to her demands. On April 20, 1810, Zheng Yi Sao and Zheng Bao officially surrendered to Bai Ling near Ferongsha, near present-day Guzaiwan. With 17,318 pirates, 226 ships, 1,315 cannons, and 2,798 assorted weapons. Zheng Yi Sao surrendered with 24 ships and 1,453 pirates under his command. So that's a lot of resources just given up, for sure.
Dang, man. Man, I guess when they said what's that old song? Oh, pirate's life is a wonderful life, but not forever, they say. But well, that's clearly what's happening here. Except it didn't. From what it's looking like, it was best case scenario.
Oh yeah, because very well could have ended up in death.
Yeah, it could have ended like this. How does the rest of those lyrics go? Oh, pirate's life is a wonderful life, but not forever, they say. When your neck's in a noose and you can't get loose, in a life of a pirate, you will pay.
Now we get to the story of after the surrendering.
All right, let's see here.
So, after surrendering, Zheng Bao would further distinguish himself by defeating the Blue Flag Fleet under Wu Xie near the Lezo Peninsula. Zheng Bao with Zheng Yi accompanied him and would be transferred to Mina on Fujian, where Zheng Yi Sao would give birth to a son named Zheng Yulin in 1813. In 1822, Zheng Bao, aged 36, died near Penghu while serving as a colonel in charge of Penghu garrison. Let's see what Penghu is. Venture some islands off of Taiwan.
Okay.
Zheng Yi returned to Guangdong with her son. In 1840, while living at Nanhai, Zheng Yi filed charges against a government official, Wu Yaonan, for having embezzled 28,000 taels of silver that Zhang Bao had handed over to him in 1810 for the purchase of an estate. The viceroy of Ling Wang at the time, Lin Zexu, petitioned the emperor to dismiss the case, which he did.
Of
So
course.
that case didn't go to anywhere.
Yeah.
And finally, in 1844, Zheng Yi died at the age of 68 or 69. She lived a relatively peaceful life after the death of her second husband. And I guess she was a proprietor of an infamous gambling house in her final years.
All right. All right. So that's wow. This is definitely an interesting story to say the least.
Definitely so. But for our first female one. Now, there is a bit of a legacy that she also had left behind.
All right.
So, it says here, Zheng Yi's codes were that were used to compound the bureaucratization of the Confederation. So, to give it, like, laws to follow.
All right.
Anyone caught giving commands on their own or disobeying a command from a superior is to be immediately decapitated.
Ooh.
Okay. So pretty much do what you're told to do, or you're gonna end up dead.
Okay.
Let's see. Pilfering from common treasury or public fund, and or stealing from villagers who supplied the pirates were capital offenses. So only steal from like other ships or something, pretty much.
Oh boy.
No pirate could retain any good before inspection. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Goods had to be registered and then distributed by the fleet leader. So that means anything they got off of a ship they raided had to be counted for and then distributed accordingly.
So what retain any good, meaning any goods they took, they could not, keep them before inspecting it.
Yeah, all the goods they got from raiding ships, from what I'm reading, all had to be accounted for and then distributed.
So 20% of the booty, yeah, whatever, is to be returned to the original captor, and the remainder was placed in a joint treasury or something similar. So keep going.
Let's see. And Zhang Bao's free codes for the pirates of a red flag fleet are often misattributed to her. So, but I guess they were made by Zhang Bao.
Okay.
Let's see his free codes. If any pirate goes privately on shore, he shall be taken, his ears mutilated, he will be paraded around the fleet and executed.
Okay.
Alright, number 2. Not the least thing shall be taken privately from the stolen and plundered goods. All shall be registered. Alright, that kind of seems similar to her own code of law.
Alright.
If a pirate receives for himself out of 10 parts only 2, 8 parts belong to a storehouse called the general fund. Those who steal anything out of this general fund will be executed.
Right.
And 3, women captured from villages shall not be harmed or harassed. All women captives shall be registered, their place of origin recorded, and be given separate quarters. Those who rape or commit adultery with a woman captive shall be executed. Interesting. Honestly, considering this was the 1800s, that actually seems pretty forward thinking for the time.
Yeah, yeah, definitely very much so. Well, at least there was a matter of somewhat civility right there.
It seems so.
At least somewhat. so, so yeah, this is quite the story indeed. And also our first pirate story, and I'm pretty sure it won't be the last.
Probably not the last. Who knows how long it will be before we get another woman in the story, though.
Yeah, yeah. Surprisingly, this is our first, I believe, female true crime case. I mean, we've talked about female accomplices, like with the toy box killer and his accomplices, but nothing ever direct. Need to get working on that. But anyway, so is that it here?
Yeah, that's everything.
All right. Well, everyone, thank you so much for listening. Again, wish Pitt McAfee a happy birthday, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a good night.
Oh,
Go ahead.
see you later, everyone.
All right. Have a good night, folks.